physician has deemed Anthony Yigit unable to continue. Therefore, your winner by technical knockout, and now the IBF Super Lightweight Champion of the world. And moving on to the semifinals of the World Boxing Super Series Super Lightweight Tournament, he remains undefeated, Ivan the Beast Baranchyk.
I covered every fight of the first round of the World Boxing Super Series for the bantamweights, the cruiserweights, and the 140-pounder super lightweights, or junior welterweights, whatever you're going to call them. Listen, it was rough on me doing them preview videos, then having to do all the press conferences, and we didn't cover the media workouts. That's when I took off the weigh-ins. It was rough, but we made it through. I said we're going to cover the World Boxing Super Series, goddammit. And because season 1, we were slacking off with some videos. And one World Boxing Super Series, the Murat Gassiev fight that was in Jersey, I missed because I was sick. So I said, season 2, we're going to turn that shit up because it's not going to be a season 3. I think the ratings all over. This one is barely making it. A lot of the fights haven't been announced. Let's just run through it real quick. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live with FightView360.com. We cover every single major fight live, and we are back on the saddle. Pause. All right. So the World Boxing Super Series was set to be an annual tournament to showcase the world's biggest talent, and only fighters who were ranked in the top 15 of all the sanctioned bodies could be, or the major sanctioned bodies could be entered. So in the case of this tournament right here, the 100 and this fight right here, we're talking about Josh Taylor versus Ivan Baranchyk for the WBC silver and IBF title, and the winner will be the IBF champion and mandatory for the winner of whoever wins between Jose Ramirez and Relikh Prograis and Relikh. It's complex, but I'm going to explain to you. So right now, the 140-pound division is somewhat fragmented in regards to Jose Ramirez is a top-ranked fighter. ESPN, that's where he is. Maurice Hooker is the zone fighter. He won his belt by going over to ESPN via purse bid and beating Alex Salcido for the vacant title, where a lot of people thought he would lose, right? You got Ivan Baranchyk, Relikh, and Josh Taylor, and Relikh Prograis, who were in the World Boxing Super Series. Relikh, as I said, they're still waiting for a date for him to fight Relikh Prograis. Relikh Prograis in the first round of the World Boxing Super Series had beat Terry Flanagan, and Relikh had beat Eduard Troyanovsky. Josh Taylor had beat Ryan Blue Chip Martin. Also, Ryan Blue Chip Martin had failed the drug test. And then Ivan Baranchyk had beat Anthony, can you dig it, Yigit in. And basically, we didn't really get to really find out who Ivan Baranchyk is. You know, I've been covering him and watching him. I went through the whole binge of watching all these guys' fights. Like, I'm no casual. I watch all their fights. Now they've moved on to the semifinals. Relikh Prograis taking on Relikh, as you can see. Date and video coming soon. Relikh Prograis, we've been hearing in media, has kind of been wanting out of the tournament. After all, all this money floating around on ESPN, all that money floating around on the zone and everywhere else, and basically these guys are kind of tied up in this tournament. And the tournament was supposed to be over within a year, but guess what? This tournament is not going to be over until, you know, with the way things are going, probably like September, November or some shit. So they got to get this shit rolling. It was a lot of empty seats, a lot of bare-ass venues, and they gave a lot of free fights away during that second season. During this second season, somewhere people have been losing money, but let's go back to it. Where were we at? And the winner goes on. Now, we haven't even talked about the cruiserweight part. So remember, I'm going to do preview videos on all of these because I got to start. No, these are the first round. On these right here. You know, this is in June. And we're waiting for this one I'm really looking forward to. Junior Dorticos versus Andrew Tabiti. This is the cruiserweight. This right here is for the WBO and likely WBC mandatory right here. In fact, this is the WBO interim. And then you have Dorticos Tabiti. I forgot what this is going to be for, or possibly be for. And then, of course, the bantamweights, which I got videos on. I've covered all of these, all of them on the channel. And then, you know, you got the Nair versus TT, right? We're waiting for that venue. And then you got Inoue versus Rodriguez. This is in Glasgow. You know, I don't know why they didn't try to go back to Japan for this, but whatever. Oh, no, this is on the same card as, that's good they doubled it up. I forgot, this is on the same card as the fight we're talking about here today. Crazy card. Now, in regards to who wins between both of these fighters here, let's go look at Josh Taylor. 14-0 with 12 KOs. He is a beast. However, he was expected, you know, to kind of like go through Victor Postol, but then he went through Ryan Martin. And he's been on a bit of a fast track. He is promoted by McGuigan, Cyclone. He's like their new Carl Frampton. He's like their big shit. And they better do him right because I don't like the things I've been hearing about them. But hopefully they fix that shit. Now, in regards to his resume, like, look, already, like, he's just 14. He's no, I mean, he is, you know, 28 years old, but he's just 14-0. Ahara Davies, Miguel Vasquez, he's a nasty fight. Always been a nasty ass. You know, Campos, and then went up to Victor Postol, Ryan Martin, and Baranchyk. But once again, we still don't really know who Baranchyk is. A lot of us was hoping that we'll really get to see like more of him against like a younger fighter, a fighter that wasn't like a, you know, like Yigit had a pretty nice, solid reputation. So even though you see these wins against, you know, well-known, you know, Peter Petrov, you know, friend of mine on Facebook, we had a couple. I remember I talked to him like years back. I don't remember this fight. Was this that fight? I think this was on Showbox or something, right? I saw this one somewhere. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not lying. Did I see this fight? I'm pretty, because I remember going through a whole binge with him. And I used some of the footage. Yep, I did. I used some of the footage. What's that guy's name? And Showtime. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, here it is right here. I watched this.
He'll try to capitalize.
Yep, Showbox. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, he hasn't had really the same competition, but he has a, you know, from my understanding, a better amateur background. And they're both huge, by the way, for 140 pounders. Even though Josh Taylor is 5'10", correct? Did I lose him? There you go. They're huge. So luckily the World Boxing Super Series is starting to finally finalize these fights and get shit going on, you know, in regards to making sure these fighters don't pull out and try to, you know, like get out, because there was word that Regis Prograis, like I said, wanted out, and who else was trying to get out? But whatever, I'm glad it's back on track. It is going to be on May the 18th. We don't know where it's going to be broadcast at, or here in the state. Well, here in the States, it's going to be on the Zone. Over in the UK, they was giving them shits out to you. Hell, I could have even streamed them shits. IFL was streaming them. Yeah, so far these are only two announced. So Solomon, man, they got a lot of shit on their plate. I hope they get it together. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.